What is up, YouTube? So this is PJ's Chess back in another video. So today I have game 3 of the Michigan Class Championship. I played in Class A. I won in 18-22 and finished 3 out of 5. This game is heartbreaking to share, but I think it's fair to share my entire journey. I drew, but I had a completely winning position, and I don't know. I didn't even put all the game in it because I was so heartbroken. I don't know why I couldn't get those words out. But I go d4, they go knight to f6, bishop f4, pawn to c5, and pawn c3. Now at this point, I just won the last game and I lost the first one, so I was feeling pretty good, had the confidence of winning. And then they play a response that I'm very familiar with. I go c3, pawn to e6, pawn to h3, pawn to a6, and now I get a4 in. Which, if you've seen the first video, the game 1, you'll know my feelings about a4 and how I felt about not playing it at the right time in that game. So I made sure to get it in what I thought was a good place here to stop b5. They take, I take, bishop to d6, captures. Now I sped through all of that here because this is the only part of the game where I felt any pressure. The issue is I have no king side pieces developed. My bishop's not developed, my knight's not developed. And during the game I was like, man, if they go for e5, it could get ugly. So I go knight to f3. And here, I think they make the wrong move by castling. And they should have went knight here. They should have put pressure on this part of the board. I was expecting it, and once they cast it, like, oh, I'm fine. And to put it in perspective, I'm also above an hour 30. So if you haven't played an over-the-board tournament before, this tournament is 90 plus 30 seconds. So you start with 90 minutes, you get 30-second increment for each move. And I'm over the time allotted because I know this position so well. The London, seeing my count, just very familiar with it. And they seem to not be as, so I felt pretty good. They go knight c6, I castle, rook over, rook to e1, and pawn to e5. Which it took a while to move. It is the best move, but as you see the EVA bar, I have a slight advantage because this is the best move. This is not a very great plan. Because as you see, at the end of this line, they get this isolated pawn. They could go e4, d4 here, but I don't think it's the best move. And now after knight to f3, they have this isolated pawn. Now this went up like 40 minutes, and I'm walking around watching people's games. And again, feeling very good, as you could imagine. They could drop their queen back. I go queen to b3, which was a bad move kind of in the first game. But in this game, it is a good move. They move their rook over, rook to e1, takes. And again, at this point, I'm feeling confident. Nothing is going wrong. This person is also rated 1930, so they are 100 points higher. But I just felt like I was clearly going to win this game. And maybe that was my demise into why I was not able to take it all the way, because I was just too overconfident. And I know I haven't explained too much, but this is just such a straightforward game so far. Like, this is all basic London ideas. Like, some of the other games, there's more complex, but, you know, they go rook e8 to push there. I realized maybe I should do a little more. They would have pushed there. I go to stop it, capture. But again, like, this is all pretty straightforward, which is what it felt like during the game. But after queen to b3 and we trade these rooks, I'm feeling good. And after g6, I'm like, okay, how can I win? I go knight to f3. The point of knight to f3 here for me, I want to control this square, and I didn't want to have a target on this file. So I actually thought they were going to go queen here to e5. But after knight f3, there is no infiltration square, which is what I saw during the game as well. But I still thought they would play it to get an initiative. But I guess I get one back, so I wasn't correct in that thought process. They go g6. I think g6 is such a good move, and they took a while to play, and they found the best move. It gives their king a place to go. It stops any, not that there was anything, but they completely control the f5 square now. And this bishop's scope is completely limited on this diagonal. It doesn't control this square because of the pawn. Or it can't even fight that bishop for control of it. Oops. Because this pawn is controlling it. So I think that's why it's such a good move. And I already had this piece here on h3. Or king. This pawn on h3, so my king go to h2 for any back rake checkmates. Knight to f3. I'm here to stop this. Queen b4, I think it said is the best move. I did consider it, and I play that next. My initial hesitation when playing queen b4 was that I get rid of the pressure here on the pawn on d5, which is keeping the knight locked in. What I think I'm wrong in, another reason I went knight f3 is to go here. So let's say, and this may not be bad, but I'm just saying, for example, if I went king here, bishop here, I can't block, and this is actually not the best move, and I'm not saying it is, but that was my thought process. I can't go knight to d4 to blockade this discovery attack. This is actually an inaccuracy, and this was clearly a bit of a overreaction, but that's what I was thinking. They go bishop to c8, queen here to b4, the best move. I finally admit that I wanted to give this knight some free reign. I saw knight here and knight here, My thought process was my queen can't stay on b3 forever. Like, I can't always pressure that. They're not just going to move. My queen would be attacking, their knight's there. So I have 9 points of material attacking that square. They have 3. Then I have these 2 pieces, they have these 2. Like, it just didn't make sense to me to do that eternally, so I go away. They go knight to h5, queen goes here to d4 to centralize. And again, I'm just feeling so confident because there's just no way they can win this game. And the reason there's no way they can win this game is because it's isolated pawn. I can harass this pretty much eternally. Like, whatever happens in the position, they'll always have to go back to defend this with their artillery, whereas my king can roam free. I'll just have to make sure I guard the base of my pawn structure, but I just didn't think that I could lose this game. They moved there, which I was right in. Actually, and I was winning. They go knight here to f4. I consider not queen trading for a short time period. Wait, no. Here it is. This is a mistake, actually. So first, I should explain. I go bishop here to f1 because this bishop's being attacked, and I want to guard this forking square. They make a mistake here, and I actually mess up by going queen to e5. And the reason I went queen to e5 and went for this endgame is because I knew this would be an issue in the long term, so I just thought I should trade, and I didn't want anything to happen on the queen side, as all 3 of their remaining pieces are aimed in on my king. It's saying that knight here to e5 was better, because let's say a g5, h4, I assume, or what, knight g6, knight xg6, hxg6. So yeah, this is what the computer wanted me to go for. I didn't see all that. I saw this, and after f6, knight back, and bishop here, I felt good after a5, as now I have this pawn, and again, I was correct. This pawn's stuck on a light square, which will be an issue later, and that's why I thought going a5 was so good. And why I saw bishop c2 as a move they might play, but is not a very good move. They move their king over, I go knight to d4 to centralize, looking to emit that square, kick it out eventually, and looking to jump around. They go bishop here to a4, which is game-losing mistake if I was playing the best I could play. I go g3, I immediately snap on it, knight drops back, bishop here to g2, bishop back, take, and then c4. So I found the next 4 moves correctly, or 5, captures. And here's where I make my biggest mistake of the tournament. And honestly, mistakes happen. It sucks that they happen, and it's something that I have to work on. Sometimes I move too quickly. I think everyone who plays tournament games has a weakness. That is one of mine. I can obviously mess up on the board as well. But here after knight to g7, I make an erroneous decision going king to f1. Now let me tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, my king needs to get there to this side of the board. And I was feeling confident. I'm up 2 pawns, like, oh, this is winning. But if I go bishop f1, the game is, they could just resign. Like, if I go here, they could resign because that's going to fall. And I don't know. I'm still winning, but as you'll see, it definitely is harder because now here they can protect it. And I was so sick that I sped up. I just got so excited, like, oh my god, we've been sitting here for hours. I finally have a winning chance, and I blow it. You know, I beat myself up over it for a while. I won't do that anymore because it's over now. I can't go back, and it's going to help me learn. Like, I still had a decent event, but this could have been another killing blow, if you ask me. Like, I would have beat another 1900, and I was completely winning. It's not as if, though, I'm making this up. I would have had 2 passed pawns if I go bishop f1, and I wasn't thinking about letting this fall, but you'll see I mess up. I actually still am winning, and I still find the best moves, and I spend forever calculating, and I make this horrible sacrifice. Bishop captures a6. Now, what I miscalculated here was the fact that they had this. I actually stopped putting in the game here because I was so frustrated with myself once I saw this, so it actually isn't in here. But the following moves are here, here, and here. Now, this is the part that I missed, is that they always have a fork, and I can never, for instance, here. Oh no, that's actually, but I can't, what is it? The reason we go back and forth between this and this, because if I ever drop too far back, let's see, they go knight there. Yeah, then I'm losing, because they can go king over, and I can't push this. I know that the eval bar says, like, maybe not the best, but I can never advance, which is the issue. And then they'd be able to corral these pawns over here. And then I'd eventually have to go back, and then eventually king would get there, and then knight there. Like, something. I want to make these exact moves, but just to put into perspective how bad it was. And I just miscalculated that the knight had that check, because what I saw was this, this here, here, and I just played as if though they are an idiot, which they're not. And that's completely on me. Like, I should have been a bit calculated, a bit stronger, and we ended up getting a draw there. So it does suck. I did all that work to win, and as you can imagine, it was just a gut punch to draw. I finished Saturday, so day 1.5 out of 3. But as you see, probably should have been 2, and yeah. The next game I win, and I draw the last one, so I will show those as well, and later this week. Thank you for watching. I hope you could enjoy and be with me in this pain that I felt for not winning this game. And have a good one.